Good morning. This is Giovanni Gallucci, joined by Rachel Donovan and Chloe Dawn, and this is the Daily Trend Report.
Morning, Gio. Coffee still hot? Engine still ticking in the driveway.
Morning. Let's get into it.
3 today, Social First, where a coffee giant just put a price on its own baristas. Then Clean Label, where the biggest baker in the country blinked. And we close on Content, where the production wall finally came down. Rachel, you're up.
So the one I keep circling back to. Starbucks is going to pay its baristas to make TikToks. First brand into TikTok's new custom creator network. Shared briefs, a real cut of the ad revenue, the whole thing. Travis flagged it first. And Gio, everybody's calling it an influencer play.
It's the opposite of an influencer play. An influencer is somebody you rent who doesn't know your product. The kid behind the counter who remembers your order is somebody you already pay, and the audience believes them. Starbucks didn't invent that. They just finally put a dollar figure on it.
And it's not brand new. They had the Green Apron Creators thing back in 2024. This is the deeper paid version. It got picked up across 8 outlets in about 72 hours.
That pickup is the tell. When a program about paying your own staff to post gets that much oxygen that fast, it's because every operator reading it knows the idea works and knows they haven't done it. The appetite's already there.
The union's pushing back, though. Starbucks Workers United called it image work.
They're right to watch it, and that's the whole lesson for a small operator. This only works when it's opt-in. If your people feel drafted, it reads on camera in about 2 seconds. If they feel invited, that reads too. The difference between the two is whether the money's real and whether they get to sound like themselves.
The giant needed a tech partnership to get here. You need a group text.
That's exactly it, Chloe. Starbucks spent a year and a platform deal to arrive at a thing a regional shop can start Monday. Pick the 2 or 3 people on your team who already post. Hand them a loose brief, pay them, then get out of the frame.
And the data backs why the face matters. Travis had the streaming numbers. Just chatting, one person talking to a camera, is the single most watched category out there right now, beating gameplay, beating the produced stuff.
Because people show up for a person, not a production. That's the argument for staff-led content in one line. Your glossy hero spot dies at 900 views, while somebody on your team, filming in a stockroom on a phone, pulls 40,003 inbound. One feels like an ad, the other feels like a human.
The trap is the approval process.
Every time. Nothing honest survives a 4-day legal review. And you don't even have to shoot new to start. You've got a back catalog, old clips, old streams, sitting there. Hand it to somebody who can cut it into shorts on a rev share before you spend $1 on production. The brands that win the next couple of years aren't the ones with the biggest ad budget. They figured out their staff is a content team that already clocked in. 3 things you can actually do today. 1. Make a short list of the people on your payroll who already post. That's your first creator roster, and it costs you nothing to draft it.
2. Write a 1-page brief and a real bonus, not a script. Let them sound like themselves. The wobble is the proof a person made it.
3. Kill the approval chain. One trusted reviewer same day, or the whole thing dies looking corporate. Bimbo Bakeries, the biggest baker in the country. They just put calendar years on going clean. No artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, emulsifiers. Sara Lee, Thomas's, Ora Wheat, Little Bites. Kendall's report had the timeline. Colors out by the end of this year, preservatives and emulsifiers phased through 2027 and 2028. They even pulled red number 3 ahead of the regulators.
Read the timeline, not the headline. A national giant needs 3 years and a press release to take out ingredients a good regional baker never put in. That gap is the entire story.
So it's good news for the little guy.
It's good news and a warning in the same breath. For 15 years, the independent's whole pitch was, read our label, then read theirs. That only worked while the big guys stayed dirty. They're not staying dirty anymore. When Sara Lee is clean too, a short ingredient list stops being your edge. It's the price of the shelf.
So the claim's gone. What's left?
Everything a company that bakes millions of loaves a day physically can't fake. Bimbo can match your recipe. It can't name the farmer who grew the wheat because it buys grain by the trainload. It can't show 3 generations of one family because there's a formulation team, not a family. Purity got commoditized. Specificity didn't.
And they adopt your language while they're at it.
They will. Simple ingredients, clean label, about to show up on a Sara Lee bag in a font bigger than your whole marketing budget. So don't wait for their 2028 to talk about what you never used. You finished on day 1. Say that loud, with a real face on it.
There was a court thing, too. The ultra-processed lawsuit.
Got tossed. A judge ruled correlation isn't causation, and Big Food won that round. But the courtroom isn't where this gets decided. It's decided in the aisle, by a parent turning a package over who doesn't need a judge to tell them a 4-ingredient loaf feels different from a 14-ingredient one. A legal win for the giants doesn't cool that off. If anything, it sharpens the people who already don't trust them.
One caution, though.
Big one. And Chloe, you'd feel this instinct. Stay on your own ground. Your ingredients, your sourcing, your people. Don't make a health claim. Don't say the other guy's food makes anybody sick. The shopper's already drawing that conclusion on their own. You don't need to hand a lawyer the pen.
Purity's the checklist. Specificity's the story.
That's the whole section. The clean label war is won, and the prize is that clean is everywhere now, including your competitor's shelf. That's not a defeat, it's a promotion. You get to compete on the farm and the face. The stuff a formulation team can never reverse engineer. 3 moves before we move on. 1. Build one side by side. Your label next to the mass market timeline. They finish in 2028, you finished on day 1. Make it clean enough that people screenshot it and send it.
2. Run a single ingredient series. 1 post, 1 thing in the bag, the person who chose it on camera saying why they picked it over the cheaper option.
3. Claim the words now. Put, "We never needed a countdown," in your own voice, on camera, before the giant rents the phrase for a national spot.
Here's the one I'd sit with today. Dollar Shave Club now makes about 90% of its advertising in-house, and it's turning AI on the last 10%. The trade press is calling it AI versus agencies. That's the wrong read.
Clark ran the numbers on it. What's the right read?
For 2 decades, the wall between you and a national brand was budget. If you wanted broadcast-grade work, you rented a team you couldn't afford to hire, paid the retainer, waited on the revision cycle, and handed a stranger the keys to how your brand sounded. That wall assumed the gear lived somewhere other than your own laptop. It doesn't anymore.
So the agency's the part getting squeezed.
The part that was quietly selling production capacity and calling it creativity, yeah. The ones selling actual judgment are fine. Look at Con Air. They tested Amazon's AI video tool on a Cuisinart spot and cut the production time from months to a fraction. But a human still finished it. That's the honest balance. Speed up, not replace.
It's like a car. The tool gets you down the road faster. It doesn't decide where you're going.
That's the whole thing, Rachel. And Kendall's report had the piece under it that most people skip. The edge isn't access to the AI tool. Everybody's got the tool now. The edge is a documented workflow that spits out the same look every time. Build the system once, then feed it. Access is table stakes. Consistency is the asset.
So it's not, look what AI made anymore. It's the pipeline.
Right. And here's the catch. Same one every time a tool gets democratized. When everybody can make the thing, making the thing stops being the difference. Dollar Shave Club didn't get famous because it could shoot a video. It got famous because a real person walked through a warehouse and had an opinion about razors.
And the proximity thing cuts for the small operator, not against.
Completely. A founder answering DMs at 11 at night knows things no agency strategist 3 cities away will ever know. That closeness used to be trapped behind a production wall. The wall's gone. So the small brand's disadvantage just turned into its edge.
Anybody can generate a polished spot now. Almost nobody can say what they actually believe and defend it in public.
Chloe just said the whole episode. The scarcity moved. It used to sit in the production budget. Now it sits in having a point of view and the nerve to put your name on it. AI is a multiplier bolted onto a real opinion. Pointed at nothing and it just makes more nothing. Faster. Here's what to actually do with all of that. 1. Run one honest audit this week. Split what you outsource into judgment and production. Keep the judgment close. Move the production in-house as fast as your workflow can take it.
2. Use AI to test 10 hooks in an afternoon. Then put a real human eye on the cut before it ships. Speed is the win. The finish is still yours.
3. Before you post anything, answer one question in a sentence. What does this brand actually believe? If you can't, that's the work, not the caption.
That's the show. If everything today points one way, it's this. The gear caught up to the small operator, and the one thing you can't automate is a point of view. That's the part I build with people. If you want a content stack you own, short form, carousels, articles, the whole pipeline in your own voice instead of a retainer's, that's the work I do at gallucci.net. Come find me. gallucci.net or DM at gallucci.net on Instagram or LinkedIn. Talk tomorrow.